Hello guys, what's up YouTube? How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to a new video, welcome to the channel. If you don't know me, my name's Natalia, and in this channel I try to share a bit of everything in my life, a lot about fitness, a lot about nutrition, a lot about my work. I'm an actress and a model, so I share a bit of backstage. I am also a language teacher. I teach French, Spanish, and English. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you the 3 biggest mistakes that a lot of people do when trying to learn a new language that are actually getting in your way and that you should stop now.
You pull my leash and there I come.
So I'm making these videos after seeing some of these mistakes made by my students and wanting to help you guys not do the same. But most of all, I just want to congratulate you, because if you are listening to this video, it's because you are making the effort to learn a new language, and that's something amazing. You're gonna be open to so many cultures, to so many amazing people, to so many experiences. So keep on going, be super proud of yourself and enjoy the journey. So the first mistake that I see a lot of people doing, it's being extra perfectionist with their grammar and with their structure when they want to communicate. This is something that is so prevalent, and I understand it because it's part of human nature. We don't want to make mistakes. We don't want to be seen as less or as not as smart or as not as knowledgeable as other people. This comes from nature. It comes from our instincts of wanting to belong to a tribe, etc. But when you learn a new language, this is getting on your way. The reason why is because no matter how smart you are, no matter how many times you're gonna learn something, you are gonna make mistakes, especially at the beginning. And when you don't allow yourself to speak because you don't want to be seen in a certain way and you don't want to do those mistakes, these are things that you're actually never gonna improve. So you're gonna have two problems. You're not gonna be able to communicate yourself when you would have wanted to, when you were in a situation where you would have wanted to exchange with someone and you were shy because before speaking you were thinking about, oh, is this the right structure? And it wasn't, so you were not sure, so you didn't put it out there. This is already a massive mistake because you're missing out on communicating with people that could actually enhance your life. And the second part is that when you're being perfectionist over knowing the structure, over knowing the grammar of something, and you're not putting it out there for the trial, you're not gonna learn. You're gonna learn so much more by making mistakes than by reading a book and listening to audiobooks and listening to your teacher. And I'm telling you this as a teacher. You need to give up the need of being perfect or having the right structure, of not making mistakes, because we're humans and we learn by repetition. And sometimes these mistakes are gonna be corrected by someone, and because of the situation you involved yourself in, this is actually gonna stay engraved in your mind. And in 5 years, when you're not knowing which structure you should use, you're gonna remember that time that friend corrected your structure in the coffee, and that's where you're able to do it well now. This happened to me so many times with, for example, borrow and lend. I kept on confusing both. And when I didn't know what to say, still saying the wrong thing has helped me tremendously, because I remember the person who corrected that in the stairs of the cinema. And I will always remember that I use borrow when I'm getting something from someone, and I use lend when I'm giving something to someone. These I can only remember because I put myself out there and I let my pride on the side. So one of the biggest things that you can do to learn a language is putting your pride on the side. You're not gonna be the smartest person in the room. You're not gonna be the most knowledgeable person. You're not gonna be the perfect speaker. But you are gonna be able to speak a new language, and you're actually be able to communicate with people that you didn't know you could communicate years ago. So please don't let this human need of belonging get into your way. People will not judge you negatively for making mistakes. And if they do, they're the wrong kind of people. So this is also good because you can get them out of your life. It's gonna filter people for you. So if people help you and make you improve, it's the good people to have. If people are gonna make fun of you or make you feel inferior, they're out, kick them out. So the second massive mistake that you might be doing when learning a language is trying to translate everything to your original language. This is something that's natural because that's how we understand the world. So at the beginning, you want to have something in your head that reminds you of something that you know. So for example, you're gonna need to know what a table is in Spanish to understand what a table is in English, type of thing. So at the beginning, you're gonna do it a little bit. But this is something that you need to refrain yourself from doing as much as you can, because when you don't allow yourself to try to reason and try to analyze in the language you're learning, you're not going to understand so many of their unique expressions, so much of their unique way of seeing the world. This is something so important. Every language has a different way of seeing the world, and it's such an amazing thing to be able to learn it. So don't rob that experience out of you because you want to keep on thinking in your own language and making everything in your own language. If you don't understand something, try to understand it reasoning in the language you're trying to learn. This is something that you should be careful when you're learning in regards to the teachers you choose. I am a firm believer as a teacher that a teacher should be speaking to you in the language you're learning, and instead of translating every single term that you don't understand into your language, they would try to explain you using the words of the language you're trying to learn what that term means. It's going to be so much more valuable for you to learn how to reason in this way than having a translation for everything. Also, because the translation is going to add time to your reasoning, so it's going to make you so much slower when you're trying to interact and actually use the language. And reasoning, it's an amazing way of practicing the language, because you're by yourself in your head. You can make mistakes, you can say dumb things, you can do anything in your head, and it's actually going to help you practice while you're not speaking to people. So why not do it? Before I give you the third mistake, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments down below if you've made any of these mistakes, or what tip you actually have to help people that are doing these mistakes or that are having a difficulty learning a new language. You might help someone that needs it, and this is the point of YouTube to me. And while you're there, please don't hesitate to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, and don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel to see my next videos. Regarding my classes, at the moment I do not have available spots to take more students, but I'm still gonna pop my teaching email down here in case you want to try to shoot me a message, and maybe if I have a spot available in the future, it will be yours. Okay, and without further ado, the third mistake that a lot of people are making when learning a new language is trying to be perfectionist with their accent, or trying to go against their own accent. This is something that is very common because we want to sound as close as the natural speakers of the language so we can be understood. That's natural, but having an accent is never gonna be a problem. Unless you're an actor and you need to have some accent coaching, which I have to do. You don't need to get rid of your accent. Your accent is so powerful. It's part of your uniqueness. It's part of the musicality of the way you express yourself. And it's not an issue. People will understand you through your accent. So don't feel self-conscious because you have a strong accent. Don't try to be perfectionist about it to the point that it stops you from saying some stuff because you're not sure of how to pronounce them perfectly. Don't do that. Same as at the beginning, you're getting into your way, because if it's really a big mistake that will probably cause misunderstandings, people will correct you and they will help you. So either you would learn and you would know how to pronounce it next time, or you would actually say something that is very well said, it just has an accent. And people are gonna know that you're someone who's actually making an effort to speak a language that's different from your native language. And that's so beautiful. So believe me, I know more than anyone that it's annoying to have a strong accent sometimes. When I was living in France, I was a bit annoyed because most of the times I would speak, because I have such a strong accent, people will make comments about it, and I would feel like they would not take me seriously. This comes more to my insecurities than to what actually people thought. People just found it interesting or funny or cute or whatever, but it doesn't actually mean that they don't take you seriously, and it means nothing in regards of how well are you able to communicate in that language. So don't get over perfectionist about it, just let it flow and accept it. If you knew how beautiful it is, think about people who are trying to learn your native language. Probably when you think about an example of someone you know that's trying to speak your language, you'll find their accent really cute. That's my case. I find people learning Spanish so cute because it shows they're making effort, because they add their personality to my language, and I understand how they see the world, how they reason, and how their musicality goes in their head. And that is so rich, so don't throw it into the garbage, please. I hope this video was useful for you. I hope you learned something, and I hope you really implement this in your learning of a new language. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day. Mwah!